Hey, what's going on, guys and girls? This is Mike Colleen, MikeColleen.com. Look how beautiful it is. Should have picked a better location because some places it is just green as green can be. Last year this time, this was all dirt, so we got to clean up the back here, but it's going to be clean pretty soon. Plants are just overgrown right now. So it's nice, beautiful. Probably we're almost mid to late spring right now. We're in the middle of May. And trees are green, flowers are blooming. Achoo! And you might actually have allergies. Let me tell you what's going on with allergies. Let me go to the video right now. Okay, hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm not even gonna. I can't lie to you. I'm so sorry. I cannot do what the commercials have been doing to you, and what the medical people have been doing to you. It's not allergy season. Yeah, it's May. It's the middle of May right now, and it is spring. And but there is no such thing as allergy season. That is an absolute made-up lie. Do you want to know what it is? It is a mistake of your nervous system. For some of you, you're probably pissed off saying, "But Mike, you don't understand. I really have allergies." Yes, I understand that because I had, past tense, a lot of allergies to almost everything. And I mean everything year freaking round. I got maybe 2 weeks in between each season. It was insane. I was allergic to flowers, to trees, to dogs, to cats, to grass, to foods, to new clothes, to different materials, to brand new car tires. You name it, I was sneezing my ass off way worse than this lady in the picture. But here's the deal. I wasn't born that way. In fact, I never had allergies. I used to look at people. I remember in high school, a guy on the football team, he used to go and get these allergy shots and have the doctor put it in his triceps so to make his triceps look bigger and more muscular. I always thought that was kind of funny. But I remember I tell people, dude, what's going on with his triceps, dude? And they're like, oh, he got his allergy shots. I'm like, what? What's that? I didn't even know you had allergy shots. So here's the deal. I honestly looked at people and was like, oh, you're so full of shit. You're so fake. Because I didn't believe in it. I thought it was bullshit. Because I never had it. In fact, I lived in one of the most flower grass areas on the planet. And it's like, what are you talking about? I don't have allergies. My friends don't have allergies. But every now and then you get some yahoo who's sneezing and sneezing. You're like, what the hell's going on with this person? I mean, it's bullshit. It's not real. It's all in your head. So it's because I had zero allergies my whole life until I was about, I think I was about 26 or 27 or 28. And my brother-in-law, he had allergies. Holy shit. He had to go get his shots. I think it was every 2 weeks or something like that. And it didn't help him at all. And I used to feel so sorry for the guy. And I would say, hey, let's try some NLP. Let's try some hypnosis. No. Because the first place I learned it was during a training, and what they said was this. They said, look, your nervous system made a mistake, but its intentions were well. It meant to protect you. Now here's what's going on. When you get scared or something really, really bad or traumatic happens, your unconscious system is looking for all kinds of things to go, what's different in this situation? So in the future, when we sense this, boom, we can get out of here. So it could be a smell. Now, mind you, it's not your logical system. It is your unconscious sensory system. See, hear, feel, smell, and taste. And it's connected to your lower reptilian brain, okay? So what it's doing is when something really bad happens, like a bomb goes off or a loud noise or somebody attacks you or car accident or anything. It could be, there's so many, I could be talking to you for hours here. But what happens is the way your nervous system is this. The minute something bad happens, you go into trauma, it starts to immediately look for what is unique and different in this situation. It goes, oh, well, there's this thing in the air and it smells like this and or feels like this or affects us like this. And in this situation, it's usually grass or pollen or something like that or dander or whatever. or it could just be a smell. So then what happens is your nervous system marks that as the thing that caused the trauma. But it didn't. Pollen does not cause car accidents. I'm so sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't cause people to beat you up or attack you. It doesn't cause bombs to go off. It just doesn't. It doesn't cause earthquakes. It doesn't cause any of this stuff. But your nervous system is on the unconscious system. So it's not aware of, oh, we're in a car and the cars are made of metal with rubber tires and gasoline. They don't know any of that. All it's doing is it's unconsciously surveying the area, and it recognizes what is different. Oh, there's this new smell, or there's this pollen thing. Now watch this. So then what happens is, in the future, when you come across that pollen again, all of a sudden you start sneezing and sneezing and sneezing and sneezing, and you can't stop. Okay? So what happened was it connected that pollen or that dander or that grass, whatever that's floating in the air, fresh cut grass smell or whatever, as that's the danger. It's not danger. Now, sneezing is a normal, healthy function. It's supposed to kick out toxins and poisons. Okay? So the problem is pollen, dander, etc., fresh cut grass, that's not toxic to you at all. You could breathe that in all day long. In fact, many people believe you can almost feed and live off of breathing pollen into you. So here's the deal. Pollen is not a toxin to your system. That is a complete mistake of your nervous system because it connected one experience to this totally random thing that happened to be in the air, because pollen isn't in the air year round. So your system recognized and go, oh, well, this is the unique thing, so it must be that. That must be what's causing the danger. But it's not. Now, mind you, allergies was, again, I caught it later on. And, I think it was when I was about 24 now that I think about it. I was probably 23, 24 years old. So here I was going to these energy healing courses and trainings. And actually, I went to the NLP trainings first, which did have a HUNA training connected to it, energy healing. So what I'm trying to say is this. Number one, it's a mistake of the nervous system. Now, they were teaching this and they had diagrams and stuff. And there's this technique where you put up this plexiglass wall and you're on this side, and it's a visualization technique. And on the other side, you see yourself breathing freely, breathing the pollen, and you're not sneezing, blah, 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 blah. And then you bring the plexiglass, whatever barrier past and behind you, and now you're supposed to be like that. Or you can visualize yourself on the other side. Well, that didn't work for me at all. I didn't believe it. For whatever reason, it didn't work for me. So the interesting thing is, as I was going through NLP, some things like the phobia cure worked great for me. There's a technique for giving speeches that worked great for me. Oh my God. And there was a couple mind shift techniques that radically shifted I was like, holy shit, I was a totally different person. I was like, oh, this is really cool. So a lot of things worked. It worked with my clients and this and that, but the allergy thing didn't really work for me. And I had been suffering for freaking a while now. And I couldn't stand it, okay? So what... God, hold on a second. Let me remember this right. Hold on. Okay, so I made a shorter video, and I might have said it was at 20 years old, but now that I think about it, I think I was a bit younger because it's when I still worked doing carpets. And I was I did at a younger age. I don't think I was doing it at 20. I think it was like 21, 22, 23, 24. So regardless, what happened to me was, here my brother-in-law, he just suffered, and he came over one day to my place, and I forget why. I think he was giving me something, or I don't know what it was. But I remember he walked outside the door, and he starts sneezing and sneezing and sneezing, and he just suddenly turns and looks at me. He's, you're going to get him. You're going to get him. I'm like, dude, why would you wish that on someone? But he had said this to me in the past, and I was like, whatever, dude. I'm not going to get allergies. Whatever, dude. But this time it was like he was almost angry. He was fucking pissed, and he's just yelling at me, you're gonna get him. And he kept saying it to me. Oh, I'm like, dude, why would you fucking say it? It's fucked up, dude. And so he just kept saying it, and guess what happened the next morning? I was sneezing my ass off like I had never, and it wouldn't stop. And I mean round the clock, 24 hours. Suddenly I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't this, I couldn't that. Now watch this. He started the landscaping business, and everyone was like, you are gonna go into the landscaping business? Like, you have like the worst allergies, dude." He goes, "Oh, I don't care." He goes, "I got him anyway, so I might as well make money." And I thought, yeah, that's pretty smart, actually. That's true. So if you're gonna suffer, what does it matter? So here's the thing. I get the allergies, and guess what happened to him? Within weeks, his allergies went away. And the one thing I left out was he was saying you're going to be allergic to everything, to dogs, to cats, to clothes, to, I mean, he just like named off a bunch, and sure enough, I was allergic to everything a year freaking round. So that got locked into my brain. Now, here's the point. Number one, I went from, I didn't believe in allergies my whole life until I was in my 20s, until this happened. Then I was like, what? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, so this is allergies. But the doctors kept going, "So how long you've had this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just started like 3 months ago." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And so he was like, "No, no, no, you're either born with them or you're not." I'm like, "No." I go, I've never had, and the doctor thought I was lying. I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, I've never had allergies." So here's the deal. Number one, I think I ended up having allergies for about a year or more, maybe 9 months. And I finally went to this really famous, well, first I went to this acupuncturist in Fairfield, California, and they hooked up electric wires to it, and they did it around my nose and my cheeks and my forehead, and it was like electric shocks, and they freaking hurt like a mother. And I was like, tears are just streaming, and my girlfriend's like, "Are you okay?" And like, I mean, it was really bad. And the worst part is, it didn't do a damn thing. So then I went to Dr. Chen in San Francisco. He's a world famous acupuncturist from Shanghai, China. He did give me some relief. There was a difference, but it would just come back later on. So what this did was, I was really in love with NLP and Ericksonian hypnosis and timeline therapy, and I did get my first certification in Huna a year or two before that. But I wasn't really into energy healing. I thought, it's kind of weird. I wasn't too sure about it. But turns out I was actually born an energy healer. It's like Buddha. No, yeah, Buddha Kam said it, but so did Uncle George Naopi, the big kahuna. When he walked in the room, he saw me for the first time. He walks right up to me and goes, "You already know how to heal. All you have to do is open up." Well, I thought he was just trying to boost my ego or my confidence around this stuff. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And everyone in the room was like, "Oh my God, do you know who that is? That's the big kahuna, Uncle George." And he is a big deal in Hawaii. Like, he genuinely is an awesome energy healer. God bless him, rest in peace. So what happened was, I really started diving into different forms of energy healing, going to training certifications, because I had to find an answer, and I finally found a really good energy healer, and it started to work, and that was like incredible. So that's what drove me into getting more and more trainings and going to these certification courses, etc., and to start doing it myself. So here's the deal. A lot of people think, "Oh, you're born with them." No, you're not. It was brainwashed into you. Now, there's a couple of things that we can go to, like when you're a child, like you got scared, or when you're in the womb, something bad happened, your mother was breathing a certain smell in, and that got linked up, okay? So that's another, I don't want to get too deep into this because I want to keep this as short as possible. So here's the deal. Do not think for a moment that the medical society isn't brainwashing you and purposely hypnotizing you. Yes. After I went through my first couple NLP trainings, a 2-week, 3-week, and a 5-week, I started watching these commercials, and I was like, "Holy shit." And I went to class one day, and I raised my hand, and, passionately, and Dr. Tad James goes, "Hey, what's going on, Mike?" I'm like, "How come they're using these techniques in allergy commercials and commercials for like medicine, like 44D or whatever it was called, for the flu and cold season?" He goes, "So you noticed, yeah, they're hypnotizing you. They're using NLP anchors, etc., to link this stuff up into your unconscious mind." Watch this. This is going to get very interesting. I'm going to explain what they do and how they do it. "It's the flu and cold season. Winter is here. The flu and cold is coming down the street and into your home, blah, 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 and into your nose." It's bullshit. It is a hypnotic technique. Look at these images that I've been showing you. These are the images that I got from allergy commercials. Why do you think they're using these images? I'll tell you why. Because this next image won't put allergies in you. So this image right here is a woman breathing freely, fresh air, and this is what my clients end up being like. When you work with me, okay, look, when it comes to allergy pills, you got to take those for the rest of your life because they don't heal you. And this is what I love about energy healing, is because it physically heals you of the allergy. Once it's gone, it's gone. You don't need to come back. You don't need to go to acupuncture every week for the next 10 years. You don't need to keep going to the pharmacy and getting your medicine. You don't need to do that. But the problem is, that doesn't make the medical community rich. They can't make money if they heal you. That's why, look, they have no intentions of healing you. They don't want to heal you. They want you to be dependent on what you say, on their medicine, so you can keep putting money in their bank accounts and in their wallet. But now you can be free from that. You do not need to continually go back for years and years and years and years. Now, you may have a couple of separate issues where different things connected to different allergies. Now, here's the deal. I am 100% completely allergy free. Anyone that was around me for about 10 years there, or 8 years, or however long it was, I had the worst allergies even than my brother-in-law or that guy in high school. People just felt sorry for me, like, Jesus, dude, I'm so sorry, and wish there's something. People would offer me anything from their own medication to tea to lemonade to ice to, people wanted to help, but nothing helped. The thing that really worked for me was energy healing. I've only worked with a few people. Mary Beth was one of them. See if I can pull her image up. Hold on. So Mary Beth is an acquaintance of mine on Facebook, and she had allergies really, really bad. I mean, really bad. And usually this time of year, she would just be posting how bad her allergies was, how she had to take all this medication, get her shots, etc., etc. And so I said, well, would you like to get rid of them? She goes, yeah, but that's impossible. And I said, no, it's not impossible. It's very possible. So she said, no, you don't understand. Yep, it's always that. Mike doesn't understand. I'm laughing because the fact is, I do understand. I'm the one who's trained and educated and certified in this on how to help people to heal. Allergies is one of the simpler things to work with. In fact, pretty much anything like this is simple to work with. Cancer, I know it sounds funny. Cancer is one of the easiest things to heal because you're just pulling the energy out. And it's the same thing with allergies. It's just like what they call, I'm not even going to say it because this is the next part. They're called allergens. Allergens is a made-up word, and they connect that to pollen. So now pollen becomes this toxic thing, but pollen is not. Pollen, dander, grass, all that stuff. None of that none of it's toxic. And these are not poisonous to the human system at all. So I'm going to add one more piece in here. So this is the basic pattern that you are, now listen closely, that you are literally educated in. They teach this stuff to you, and it's not true. It's completely, madly made up. It's not real. So during fall, all of a sudden the commercials come out the same week they do every year. It's the cold and flu season. It's coming down the street into your home. Like it's a fucking monster with wings on, and it can fly into your house and up your freaking nose. It's just total bullshit. It's not real. It's a visual thing to make you take on whatever it is that they want you to take on so you can get sick. And then go into them and get the shots and pay them money. So what I mean by pay them money is I don't mean like you walk in one time and buy the medicine one time and boom, you're healed for life. If that was true, that would be great. That would have no problem with that. But when you have to keep going back year after year after year after year after year after year after year, it's like that's just ridiculous. So here's the good news. I think it was a total of 3 sessions with Mary Beth. This is over a period of about a month's time. Now she's in the Philippines. She didn't have to show up to an office. She didn't have to talk to me on Zoom. Didn't have to call me. Nothing. I just said, hey, don't worry about it. No worries. I'll take care of it. So here we are, a year and a half later. No allergies. None. Zero. Zippo. Nada. This is about a year and a half or a little bit more. If you need help with your allergies, get a hold of me. Go to MikeCollin.com, MikeCollin.com, and we'll get rid of your allergies.